cargando. ¡Ajá!
Hear me? Microphone test, microphone check. I believe I can hear myself. That means y'all should be able to hear me. But anyway, I'm fairly brand new to this, considering this is the first show. But anyway, my name is Scam Likely. Welcome to the show. Just a brief thing. I've started this show. I'm gonna have some different shows about more positive topics. Some weird topics, some funny stuff, some silly stuff, some serious stuff, or whatever way I'm gonna have to do to get the point across. It's just gonna be what it is. Everybody in California, be safe. You're in the prayers. Make sure you take care of yourself. Please take care of yourselves. Hope your families are all doing well as everybody who's not around California dealing with the hurricane situation. And people in Hawaii, hope all is well with everybody at Wright's family. Celebrating 3 pounds celebrating a loss of 3 pounds. I'm also celebrating clearer skin, thanks to OGJ Speed. I see you in the chat for helping me to drink water and improve my diet. And the topic I'm gonna get into, I'm saying positive things for a reason. I'm starting off with something positive. I mean, I'm trying to lead by example as I go through what it is that I go through with this topic. Today's topic is anger management. Anger management is a form of managing your anger, if you have anger, but it's managing emotions. Let's face it, males, females, we all have emotions. And they must be kept under check, because if you don't control your emotions, they will control you. And if they have ulterior motives, hey, ain't no telling where you're going to be, where you're going to be going, or what you're going to end up doing. Then when you snap back to reality, reality's going to give you a reality check. People mad, let's be real. You go places, they are mad. Why? Sometimes it's like, I just don't know. But an example, today I was driving to Target, and I'm not your best driver. I'm pretty bad. So, I mean, I don't get road rage. But I look, this lady driving all crazy, almost cutting off whatever. I just slide on over to the side and let her have her way. And this is what I see as they're looking at me. That's not good. That's not a good thing. No, she don't need to be behind the wheel. No. Or just in basic conversation, you talking to some of your people, it could be something simple. And they just blow it. Roar! Why did you say that? Roar! Or y'all who are on these YouTube channels, you hear something. Well, I held the door open for my wife last night. What? You did what? What if it was a man or a woman? You're a simp, beta, bro. Or you just say something. You talk over somebody. Raw. What is raw? See, like y'all know, when I lost the weight, you can see these veins sticking out my forehead. It's not a good look. It's scary. Almost like I can remember. I was watching one panel or some show, and it almost reminded me of Training Day. The dude sitting at the table. Hey man, you ever had your ish pushed in? Huh? I've had my ish pushed in. You see these veins and like almost look like a tree, all things sticking out of his neck. Like, no, people be like that for the smallest stuff. Like, come on, chill, bro. It ain't got to be like this. Why? A few reasons why people like this. Trauma. They've been through something. Something didn't happen when they was 8, they were 12, they was 9, their parents, some of it's unfortunate. They've been through some things. They've been bullied, they've been beat on one too many times, which that's another topic we're going to talk about next week. All this beating and anger. It's a taught behavior. And you create this environment, all these angry people stacked on, I'll punch you in your neck, I'll karate chop you. It's just too much anger stacked on top of it, and it becomes a norm. No. We need love, we need peace, we need harmony. Kind of almost like my voice. That's what we need. People need to work on their soft skills, but we're going to get into that. But if you're suffering anger management, you need to ask yourself, why are you mad? Why are you mad? Be able to evaluate the situation. I'm mad because of this. If you can't identify it and your gasket's already just blown, Whatever happens, happens. That's not cool. But forms of rage, outrage. Something happened and you just can't accept it. Watching the 6 o'clock. Don't watch the news, people. You watch the news. Oh, we don't know what happened. A shootout, or somebody busted the windows out of an ugly man's car because they found out he was ugly. And you watch it and they pin your emotions into it. Next thing you know, they need to put him in prison for 47 years. You're just outraged. Like, disconnect. Just understand the world. I get not wanting to accept stuff. I understand the world is going to be what it is. There's going to be some ups and downs. But when you wake up in the morning, say something positive to yourself and understand that something bad is going to happen. That's just what it is. It's your job to manage your emotions through it. Revenge. Something happened and you want it to be even. It ain't supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like this. The dude borrowed the money. He ain't paying it back. It's $20. So you got $5 million worth of anger. Where's my money? It's $20. Had a conversation. Sometimes you can just cut the loss. Let it be what it's gonna be. But the outrage, no. Just no. The revenge, I've gotta get him back. Was what he did. The dude stole your parking space. Oh, I'm gonna follow him around. What's that? What's his license plates? Park 3 spaces down and let it go. Come on, man. Some people are spoiled. They're entitled. It's mine. I'm supposed to. Hey, the world ain't fair. That's how it is. You ain't getting what you want all the time. You're just not. Sometimes you just don't get what you want. Let it go. Move on. It's your job to control and how you respond to that situation, whatever the situation is. The effects of not managing your emotions and improper anger management. The effects. Health effects. Let's be real. The max effect of not managing anger management can be death in different ways. Number one, you can get smoked. You stepped on my shoes, you sucker. What you gonna do about it? Oh, yeah. All that. Something small, but what you didn't. 3 months later, what happens? Hey, Claytron, ain't that Mark over there? Ain't that him? You're out of here. Over something you could have just let go and just let it be resolved. But no. So you died over something. A parking space, a movie seat, change for a $5, and you done got smoked. Or worse, they don't get you. You're walking with your pregnant girlfriend. Ain't that Mark over there? Yeah, that's him, Claytron. Smoke that Mark. He misses because he's been drinking too much and he hits your pregnant wife. All over something you could have resolved. I'm just saying. It was something petty. High blood pressure, stroke, and all that other stuff. If you're 447 pounds and you're only 2 cheeseburgers away from losing it anyway, that's another problem you need to work out. But you're at a higher risk of blowing a gasket because it's almost blown. And you just big anger. Walking through somewhere. I'm gonna get you. You're out of here. Or you're in a hospital. Next thing you know, you're vegetable and half the other side of your brain doesn't work for the rest of your life. Because you couldn't manage your emotions. Well, one, you couldn't manage your diet, your fitness, your mind. It ain't got to be like that, man. It just doesn't. Some of the effects are just casual effects. Now you're walking around mad every day. You're madder because you were mad the first time. Now you're more mad. Now you're just used to being mad. Because you didn't resolve it the first time. Now you got more anger building up. Or you got in a fight with a dude in the parking lot. 3 weeks later, you got to fight him again because him and his brother done saw you. Now you got more fighting. More problems. But this is more what's happening to teenagers. The kids is going to school. They got to fight. Then they got to fight again. Then they got to fight again. Then they got to prove they had to fight and they got to fight. Then somebody gets stabbed, jumped, stomped, tooth missing, and out of ugly for the next 5 years so they can afford to replace the tooth. No. But a lot of violence. Or you blow a gasket and you stomp somebody out. Because, okay, you are a big tough guy, and this dude isn't. You stomp him out. He slips on the curb, hits his neck on the curb, epileptic seizure, and he's gone. He's out of here. You thought you was going to beat him up. Next thing you know, you're facing second-degree murder. Now, they put you in a jail cell. You ran out of money. The attorneys then screwed you over. You're on the news and whatever. The outrage committee, oh, we hate violence in our community. So now you go to court, you lose, and they give you 31 years in the pen, or in the state or the county, one of them. Your cellmate's bigger than you. They put you in a cell with Big Duke, Bruno, Bubba, and the Romanian butt busters. You decided you didn't want to share your commissary. You got some problems to deal with for a long time. I'm just saying, this can happen. It does happen. Unfortunately, I actually know some people who know some people. I'm not speaking detail. I know a couple people. One person I grew up with and one person who I've met before. A regular fight turned into a death, and they got charged with murder. You just don't know. This is real. Because you couldn't let something go. Manage your emotions, people. On a job, somebody late for work, or somebody's talking about you in a break. I know you said something about me. They gossiping about, oh, look at his pants. Oh, look at that shirt. It's professional workplace. Go there, get your money, and get up out of there. But no, what you say about me in the break room? You blow up. You follow them around in the park. You're on camera. You're fired. Now you got 2, 3, 4, 6, 9 kids sharing a pack of ramen noodles. Your wife leaves you because you couldn't manage yourself. Oh, I'm just saying. But yes, you can get fired. You can get, or people can just look at you as the rage guy and they won't promote you. You just stick you in a corner. I mean, or an environment, a lot of opportunities. It's just not good. In relationships, rage turns into domestic violence. That's not cool. I'm not even going to go into that. Manage your emotions. I'm going to keep saying it. Manage your emotions. Manage your emotions. I'm going to keep saying it. Or, I got to say this one. A dude goes and sees a pretty lady in the mall. Hey, excuse me, man. How you doing? Hey, she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm taking. What does he do? What? What you mean you taking how much money I make? What? Look at you. You ain't gonna never have no. Can't take rejection. You can't take the word no. You blew a gasket because a woman said no. What are you? Woman dating this dude, whatever. And he decides, you know what? This ain't working. And he goes and gets an uglier woman or a woman of a different race or whatever it is. Someone else. I'm going to bust his tires out. I'm going to stab. I'm going to get on Instagram. No. Manage yourself. But when you carry this anger, you pass it on. You scare away a lot of your good relationships and replace those people with other outraged, angry people. Now you're in an anger committee. But the people who could be helped, the positive, influential people, they're not going to talk to you no more because you're a hothead. Now you're just around clowns. No. There are prevention methods. Number one, say something positive when you wake up. Make sure you build yourself up to be the best positive person. That can eliminate a lot of this outrage and anger. Personal development. Read something. Get positive words. Get this stuff into your subconscious mind. I'm a winner. I'm a champion. I'm better than this. I got something to lose. I'm going somewhere. When you're really going somewhere fast or some kind of way, and stuff you just realize is little, you just let the stuff go. But my best phrase, I say this all the time. I got it from Karate Kid. Karate Kid 2, was it? The best way to avoid a punch is don't be there when the punch is being thrown. What does that mean? There's an ugly dude who cut in front of you in the line. Says, "What you gonna do about it?" Don't meet him in the parking lot and fight him. Leave. Don't be there. Or if you know the club is jumping out there and it's a big party, but you know they're gonna be drinking, cutting, throwing bottles, don't go. Don't be there. You drive and pull up somewhere, you see the environment ain't what it, don't go. Don't be there. People arguing, yelling, and whatever, get out of here. Just like on YouTube, there's a red X that says leave studio. You know, big heated arguments gonna go left, leave. Get out. You're arguing with your spouse over something, or your girlfriend, whoever person you're dating, and they just flipping out, leave. Hey, I'm sorry. Take the law. You know what? I'll pay for dinner. I got it. I got it. Leave. Delete the number. Don't be there. Don't talk to her no more. That's how you prevent some of that. Another one. Diet. Put some good food in your body. Get some of them antioxidants and all that other stuff. I'm not the professional. Shout out to OJJ Speed in the chat. He's a professional. You can come up later and, professional on fitness, the mind, the body, all that kind of stuff. Create a plan to make yourself better. Fruits, vegetables, water, sleep. Positivity. Get on YouTube. Find some 5-10 minute videos of something positive. Be working on the thing that you should be working on. It prevents outrage. It works. For you married people only. All y'all married people, you got your sweet little thing. Or if your sweet little thing is outrage, rub them shoulders down, look in the eyes and say, "Hey, come baby with me." Take your spouse in the back room, cut the lights off, and oh yeah. Married people only. It works. Fasting, intermittent fasting. It just, I don't know. It just gives you superpowers. It's good for your body, good for your soul, good for your mind. It helps also with discipline because you're training yourself only eat certain things during certain times. It helps. Breathing. It usually happens naturally when you're trying to resolve something, but somebody saying, "What you looking at, you sucker?" Or the worst is the soft people. I think we're gonna, them shady bosses at your job. "I don't think you're cut for this. I'm just gonna let Tony work these assignments, Oh, that really pushes your buttons. What do? Breathe. Just when you get real good at it is when you can do it and they don't even see it and you can keep a straight face. I was a teacher. I taught 4th grade. There was pressing buttons every hour on the hour. You got to be the most patient to teach or deal with kids. Now, I taught in the inner city. It was something else. But watch your breathing. But I struggle with this, being observant. But if you're an observant person, observe the situation and predict what you think is going to happen next. Evaluate it and make a decision with your logical brain. Like, "Hey, that dude just cut this dude. Hey, them dudes over there looking kind of funny. Hey, I'm talking to this girl and she's starting to talk crazy." Now you're already aware. Start to prepare for the worst and be ready. Either interject, redirect, or get out of the situation. But if you know it could go left, stop it. Make a change. Change something. For the other people, you just can't get it together. That's just too much. I can't. Oh, I'm just gotta do. Seek help, but you got to be careful with help that you do seek. Get on the internet, look on some things on anger management. Take a course on anger management. Find a pro. Now, there's some doctors out here quacking. Like, I can't help with that. But find a solution to the problem. Work on yourself for 30 days. Work on yourself 60 days. Work on something to just do one thing better to manage your anger. Self-medication, that's not a preferred solution. I'm going to smoke me a little something. I'm going to eat these Twinkie bars. And no, you're running from the problem and creating another problem. That's not it. Um, After action, let's just say you just couldn't get it together and you know it. You've been in them situations and you couldn't manage yourself. You failed. What do? Evaluate the situation and say, how did I screw up? Because all it was a dude who stepped on my shoes. And then he gave me the look of death and said, you a sucker. And I just blew a gasket. How can I make sure that that doesn't happen again? Okay, you know what? In my mind, if person steps on you, if person starts something, I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna evaluate the situation. You've been through that before. You've seen it before. So now you should know when it's coming and you should know how to avoid it. Whoever TTR is must be a teacher. Yes, but part of being a teacher is knowing that this is who the kids are. Is knowing that this is how the parents are. But the truth is, they're kids. I've been a kid. I've annoyed the teachers before. It's just what they do. But you can't let them get to you. You're supposed to be the bigger person. But at the end of the day, if you're a leader, a parent, a father, a corporate CEO, all the way down to just a basic first-time supervisor, managing emotions is a part of your job. Managing emotions of others. If you can't manage your own, you can't manage the emotions of others. You can't do it. Not possible. Seek help. Find somebody who is good at managing emotions and talk to them. Hey, how can I get better at this? Hey, how do you just maintain to be calm sometimes? Y'all who know me I like cracking jokes all day or even getting roasted. I like people who are funnier than me who can get on me. You can't laugh and you can't really laugh and be but so mad. Let's be real. Find a way to find whatever it is that's your peace. Think about something funny. Do something funny. Last thing, I might drop the link. Anybody wants to come up, I'll keep it short. It's not gonna be a long show. I had a friend who he passed away a few years ago. He wasn't a problem solver. He wasn't. So I had a problem with this in college. Oh man, my parents said this, man, call this person. The person was very emotionally intelligent. He knew how to say something or do something to have me not thinking about that situation, but thinking about something stupid and change the way that I was thinking to comedy or something silly. And that helped me to be able to now go and manage the situation. But I couldn't manage it because I was on 10. Emotional intelligence is another thing we'll talk about on this channel a little bit more often. But in short, handle your business, work on your mind, put some positivity in it, go to the gym, go to the fridge, go to the grocery store, fruits, vegetables, water, sleep, positivity, manage your emotions or they will manage you. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Just maybe a couple people can come up, say a little something. And shout out, I'm struggling with StreamYard and YouTube. It's my first time managing. So if I didn't highlight your chats or give you a shout out to M Mills. Thank you for being here. TTR, OGJ Speed, Gore, Alan Shorter, Love C, J-Man X21. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for supporting. I love y'all people. Alan Shorter says deadlifts keep people calm. Hey, go to the gym, hit them weights. Here we go. Suppose they let out the air in all 4 of your tires. Exhale. Realize there are more tires in this world. There are more. Those aren't the last 4. There is air left in the world. You just may have to deal with this for now. But you will have air in your tires. It will be there. What do you got? Yeah, if anybody got some, yeah, you do have to be on camera, especially if I don't know you. But most of y'all, I know you. If anybody wants to cam up, the link is in the chat. If not, we'll Here we go. Vaughn, see, this ain't right. You want the truth? When they spit in my face, they're getting punched. It is what it is. There is a line where that once you cross it, this is what it is. That's kind of that line. What I can say is I'll try to avoid all of this before it gets to that. But once you cross it, y'all aren't playing fair in the chat. Suppose they punch your uncle's daddy's cousin's mom in the face. There are other ways to manage anger. Let's just say you're going to release all your anger on that person, and it's going to be their problem. That's called a transfer of energy. I'm going to transfer all my anger to their teeth. 5 minutes later, there will be no more teeth. We don't have any more problems. It just is what it is. Sometimes you just have to do what you got to do. But don't get to punching and removing teeth over some parking spaces. And you said I'm a jive turkey fool. And come on. You probably are a jive turkey fool. I might be the one that said it. Love C says, my computer's delayed. Comment from Love C. I have a strategy I use. It's specifically used with children, but I find it helpful as well, especially if you weren't taught to self-regulate. Love C is a parent. Love C is married. Just somebody I've talked to in this space a lot of time. Actually, has given me some good advice. We'll be doing a show talking about some of the details of parenting. I'm not a parent, but not really that much a promoter of beating the kids and telling them, oh, you done did it now. Whoa, who done did this? I taught fourth grade. There was little kids saying stuff. They 9, 10 years old. I'm going to beat the black off of you. Why is that in their brain? I'm going to beat the black off of you. I'll punch in your mouth. I love fighting. It ain't nothing to me. Why is that a norm? Welcome to the show, Jedi Mike. What's going on?
What's going on?
How you feeling?
Doing good. Had a good eventful day and stuff. So, and I had church, had brunch and everything. So, it was good. It was good. But hold on, now you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. But yeah, just congratulations on your first stream when it comes to support and everything. But going
Appreciate
to the topic of anger management, yeah, there is definitely is now a way of in terms of how to regulate, our emotions, especially in our community, because especially on men, there's a distinction from being how to react to a situation, how to respond to it. Now, in terms of we talk about, the community and about fathers and mothers and stuff like that, and especially when children talking about how we raising men, the next generation. So suppose you go home early and find yourself. Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
He's just pushing buttons.
What did he say? You're sniffing others in bed with somebody else. That's your least your concern, right? Suppose you go home early. Nah. But anyway, but going to that, talking about anger management and everything, there's a thing, especially in scripture, talking about iniquities, how talking about things that can be patterns of behavior can be passed down to the generation. That can mean in terms of anger, addiction, and many different forms and stuff like that. And if it's not broken, then it basically go on to the next, other half generation, which some of us, we're not really dealing with our anger problems, or we're dealing with our grandparents' anger problems, and the fact that that's how this family operates. Therefore, that's how it go. That's not necessarily the case. But I think like my dad, I think he said this to me, and even I saw an interview he did with Larry Elder did with the Breakfast Club. He's saying like, listen, bad things are always going to happen to you, and obviously you can't expect for you to get angry because you never know, right? You know what things can push your buttons, but again, something's going to happen that could catch you off guard. But the how you respond to that situation can tell me and your mother if we raised a man or not. Which is why on the men's side, which is kind of important for us to have emotional control, not to negate it. And when it comes to when we have a boiling point, we have to, we have now an age of therapy, and all that stuff. But more importantly, having actual tools to, um, but, what biscuits you have? Listen, I'm sorry, I got caught by the comment about chicken.
Oh, there'll be plenty of troll. People in the chat trolling, jokes, all that stuff. Do what you do.
I mean, shit. Like, why? Like, why are you throwing me off like that? Like, listen, this is a Sunday deal right now. I don't understand why you playing me.
No,
like listen. Like, this is just my cheat day. It's just my cheat day. I've gained, I might gain some, gain some weight, some happy weight and stuff. But like, I don't understand, like, why you are just messing with me with that. Like, that's just like, come on, man. Oh, cholesterol. But yeah, no, but yeah, that was yeah, that's why I think with that anger. But again, it just we're not really having not a lot of productive conversations around anger, especially with how us as men, how that affects us, and especially in our household.
Yeah. I'm people in the chat. I'm struggling to keep up. Just being honest. But I see you. I hear you. We'll go back to another question. J-Man21 asks, scam likely. How is it? Excuse me. J-Man X2221, scam likely. How has anger impacted your life, and how have you worked through it? I've never been a person with a temper. People who know me, but instead of temper is more like you just snap, black out, do something, then it's over and you calm down. I've been more one that just has something that I'm mad about that'll just drag out and just keep playing out in my mind. That's been me. As you get older, you just get more mature and you just become more accepting, more understanding. And once you've been through and mastered certain situations, your mind starts to prepare itself for storms. So overall, anger or anger management, I've just gotten better through the years. That's all I can really say about it.
Yeah. How
about you, Jedi?
Well, my family will. So for my dad.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How do you give people wrenches? I'm giving people wrenches and they're not showing up blue.
So the way is that you not on StreamYard, but when you go on to YouTube.
Yeah, I'm doing it on YouTube.
So you go on YouTube, you basically click that person icon, or like there's some buttons on the side of it, and then
add as moderator, standard.
Add a standard moderator, yes.
Or do I have to wait and eventually it'll fix itself? They'll turn blue.
It'll happen automatically, but yeah, just once that person refreshes and next thing they comment, then you'll see it be blue wrench there. So.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right, continue. I just had to ask because.
Yeah, I know people asking for it and everything, but yeah, making sure we get you straight. But yeah, no, it's it's my dad. He had anger issues. He was very physical with me when I was a kid and stuff. But this is one thing he always he would do when I was younger. When he gets angry, he'd bite his finger like this. All right. Every time he get mad, he just be like, and always doing that. But then when I was a kid, I was like real, real young. Then whenever I got mad or something like that, then I would do that. Right. Once he knows that I was doing that, he's like, okay, now I'm gonna need to stop doing it, because as a child, whatever, you just see, what's around you and you think, oh, that's how it's supposed to be, and to a point, like, even though this looks like ridiculous, whatever, that was his anger. He just bite a finger like this and like hit the wall or something like that. Right. So, and over the years now, he learned to let that go, because now, he's up that age of like high blood pressure and all stuff like that, and knowing that that's not really good for him. He used to get road rage and other stuff like that, but over time, he would just regulate his emotions like that as he got older. But then for me, I just know that basically with him stopping doing that and realizing that I was doing it when I was really, really young, is that he knowing that, hey, this is gonna be a pattern behavior that could be really contagious, and then so he has to break that pattern.
Hey, question: was it did you get it from him as in genetic, not necessarily genetic, meaning did you mimic the behavior because it was what you saw, or did you do it naturally because of who you are? If you understand what I'm asking.
I think it's what I saw, not who I am. I'm not really an angry person. Same, Yeah, like when I was a kid, like when I was younger around him, I was like, "Oh, this is what we're supposed to do." Okay, and it became a joke out of it. But then it's like when you get angry moments like that, and then it's like, "Oh, okay, I guess this is what I'm supposed to do when I'm angry." But yeah, but that's not necessarily who I am, because like you see those patterns repeat itself as you get older. Like say, is that who you are? But no, it's not. It's what I saw.
See, that was what I was talking about, how it can be passed. People copy what they do, and they become a form of their environment. Just like I'm from Virginia, therefore I have a Virginia accent.
Right, me too.
That's what people say. That's how they talk. That's what you do. Like 8, 19-year-old kids, I'm gonna beat the black off you. I'll punch you. They heard that. It had to go in. The words didn't come from somewhere.
I can punch you in this world. I can take you out.
Yeah. And the actions came from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They see when this happens, ball up your fist, get in the leading stance, swing back, rotate.
They call it a falcon punch.
Or a sucker punch or karate. I mean, they've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of extra stuff we don't get into, but they've seen some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like some stuff is inhumane that people see, and that it just becomes, it's a point where it becomes a part of that person.
Mm-hmm.
And they transfer it. Yeah, they transfer it to other people.
So, for example, some people who have a lot of anger issues tend to get in boxing, or in some form of like that of type of release. Do you advocate for them using those methods, such as boxing or other type of physical activity or sports or whatever, to get that aggression out?
Yeah, they say it works. I don't speak to what I know, but somehow just get it solved. Just get the problem solved. If you know you got an anger problem, because it can lead to causing death or becoming death. It is happening.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
But yeah, let me pull up OG. Bullshit killer. What's going on, OG? Mike, floor is yours.
What's happening, Jedi?
How's it going?
Got that Rick Ross. Got that Rick Ross butter biscuits.
What, you have a Rick Ross beard?
Oh, you're talking about the butter biscuit. Yeah, your audio sounds kind of funny, J Speed.
Yeah.
It's kicking back. It's better now, right?
5-0, we got him.
We got him. It's better now, right?
Suspect is en route.
Not really. You sound like
Shots fired. Black elderly male from welfare office, no shirt.
What?
Good. Learning how to fight do work good. It's a double-edged sword too, because if you used to getting your ass whooped by your parents,
I'll take a number 2 with fries.
They come and see you boxing. They pretty much ain't gonna give you no more.
No sauce.
Get a little scared. So yeah, it does happen for discipline, and then it helps your parents to know they can't whoop your ass no more.
Oh my God, Love C. Oh my God.
Welcome, Love C on camera.
Hey guys.
Hello. Great. How you doing?
Yeah. The convenience. Good. How are you?
Doing good. I haven't talked to you in a minute.
I know, right? Congratulations.
Thank you.
I haven't actually seen you since the wedding. So congratulations. Hey, good evening, J Speed. Scam, congratulations. You're live.
Thank y'all. Thank you, everybody. Hey, go ahead, OG.
I say I'm gonna cut up the guard mic a little bit because they can't hear
Hold on. You're gonna cut it up. Don't cut it up to Jesus. I know you.
me.
It's a peaceful conversation.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep it down low. But you look nice there, Love C. I like the hair.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, but what I was saying is, when you learn, you take martial arts or you take boxing, it helps you to be in discipline because that's part of the protocol of it. And then when your parents get to see you do your first match, they figure out they can't whoop your ass no more because you get your ass whooped. So they gotta cut out the ass whooping. So, but just like you say, man, I seen the worstest killing when I was like, I think I was like 12. Met this guy named Jody, and Jody was playing marbles with kids, and Jody had went and bought one of them metal marbles. Now, a lot of y'all don't even know what marbles is, maybe listening to this conversation in the younger generation. But anyway, everybody else had glass marbles, and Jody was knocking everybody's marbles out of the circle. One of the little boys got mad and told his dad that Jody was cheating. And Jody's dad came out there and jacked the other little boy up. And the little boy's father seen him. He went and got a shotgun and killed the man. And all this was over at Marvel game, bro.
Whoa. Delete it.
Yes.
Delete it.
So watching your temple, grabbing on other people's children, trying to look, especially for a little game like that. And it was like the talk of the town for like 2 years straight. As a matter of fact, I think nobody played marbles in that neighborhood for like 2 years straight. So these are the things that happen, people. And you know, everybody who was out there, like 7 kids, was traumatized because they seen the gunshot. Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, he's in shape. That's them butter biscuits make you move like that.
Nah, after them butter biscuits, he ain't gonna be moving like that.
No, that yeast swelling up and make him move. He gonna have a yeast infection in his wrist in a minute.
Apollo.
Jedi, we know you using that greasy chicken with lip gloss.
Nah, they keep talking like every time I start laughing and my head goes down, they always talk about how shiny my head is.
Well, they wasn't lying. And speaking of devils, where is that Mandrill at? He's the one can do fine. So we got
that somewhere. Love C.
Well, I'm gonna ask y'all.
Go ahead.
What is the?
I'm gonna let Love C cook. Go ahead.
One of the worst things you ever seen? Where, I mean, personally, anecdotally, what is the worst thing you ever seen as people losing their temper?
I'm gonna leave the worst out. I would just give a silly example. I worked at the airport in Norfolk, like in the parking booth or whatever. And it's a line because they all come out to flights at the same time and they all get their cars. Somebody pulls up and I got to charge them. You were here 7 days. Okay, get your ticket, put it in. I'm talking about, hey, just a simple conversation about something. Oh, you're coming from Florida. Oh, you're coming. Yeah. Yeah. The person behind them honks the horn. Arr, arr. All I see is a big old head sticking out the window. Come on! Arm and everything. That's unacceptable.
Okay.
I'm talking about 10 extra seconds of your life. The dude was just being friendly. I'm giving him his change. And this person behind just blew a gasket. It's funny, but it just what? I mean, like, come on.
I know
Yeah,
you probably.
let me get Love. I'm actually going to end probably about 10 minutes. Let me get Love C in here.
Love C, come on.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, so I basically came on because you were talking about anger management, and a lot of times we look at anger management as an adult, how people who don't know how to deal with their anger, but that starts in your childhood, right? You're taught how to deal with your emotions or not deal with them in childhood. And one thing I think culturally, we're taught not to deal with how our emotions affect us, and since anger is a secondary emotion, we're generally not taught how to deal with whatever it is that shows up first. And because we're not able to deal with it, or when it comes up, it's invalidated. Something simple, like um, you go to your parent for something and you're rejected. So the feeling of rejection is a weaker feeling. So then you go to anger. You start to throw things. You start to kick or have an attitude, and then you get a whooping because you threw a tantrum, right? But initially, that you weren't angry. Initially, you felt rejected, or you were sad, or you were disappointed. Those are the kind of things that we don't talk about. We don't talk about those feelings and those emotions. So if you're not taught how to feel what it is that you're feeling, you don't know how to self-regulate. You're usually just told, be quiet, stop crying, stop pouting, fix your face. I don't want to hear you. I beat you, but I can hear you crying, then I'm gonna beat you again and give you something to cry about. And we use that to control our children. And that's probably the way that we were taught, the way that we were disciplined, or the way that we were taught how to deal with different situations. But it doesn't do anything but create a cycle of hiding your emotions, abuse, and ultimately it creates a space where, as adults, you don't know how to effectively communicate. And I say that because you get in relationships as adults and people don't know how to communicate. They're either blowing up or stuffing emotions. You can either be overly emotional or you don't show emotion at all. And it's a result of the way that we're raised, whether we're taught how to effectively say what we're feeling and actually feel what it is we're feeling. That's why we have, people pass away, and instead of people grieving and mourning their loss, they get drunk year after year and they drink themselves. They'll start the week before, leading up to the person's birthdays, the day that they passed away, and it's just a drink fest because you don't know how to accurately grieve or feel whatever it is that you're feeling. And that's just an example. Of a way where we don't deal with those emotions, and that's why it's a very unhealthy way. So I was going to say, this is a strategy. I gotta go, but this is a strategy I use with my children. Someone taught it to me. I was looking for this thing so I can show it. So it's a hand. I don't know if you can see it. It's a hand. It's a five-step breathing. So I teach this to my children, and then they've been doing this for a few years now. So first you pause, right? Because when you're triggered emotionally, your logical part of your brain, your frontal cortex, shuts down. You're no longer thinking logically. You're thinking all emotionally. So you want to pause first. Then second, you want to breathe. That allows air to go in to your body, gives you a second to process, a second to stop. And then you want to identify what it is that you're feeling. Like, how are you feeling right now? I'm feeling upset. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling hungry. I'm feeling rejected. I'm feeling disappointed. Whatever it is that you're feeling at that point in time. And even if you're feeling something good, whatever the feeling is, that's going to be your third finger. Your fourth finger is to say, where does it show up in your body? Generally, however we feel shows up in our body. You hear people have tension headaches. You have stress in your shoulders, your lower back, your stomach hurts. Children, oftentimes their stomach will hurt. They'll have to, my tummy hurts. And we look at it like you just trying to get out of school. But no, there's probably some sort of stress that they're feeling, something emotionally. So after they tell you where it's showing up in your body, this is the thing that's going to be difficult. You let them feel whatever they're feeling. We say, go ahead and ride your feelings, surf it to the shore. So feel whatever it is that you're feeling. So especially with our boys, if they're feeling angry, they have parameters of what they can do. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to feel this way. These are the things that you can do when you're angry to help you. Whatever you set up in your home is your own, thing. and then you give them boundaries. Now there's some things you cannot do. You cannot be disrespectful. You cannot punch the walls. You cannot kick. You can't hit. You can't do those sorts of things. But you can express how you feel. You can say you think something's not fair, but you allow people to feel whatever it is that they're feeling. Because if you do not allow the feeling to go all the way through and process, that trauma stores in your midbrain. And then that's how we end up with unresolved trauma as adults from whatever happened to you. It sticks with you if you don't allow that feeling to flow all the way through and emotionally reset and learn how to communicate and deal with whatever it is that you're feeling. And that's taught as children, to be able to say, I don't think it's fair because this, and this happened. And as adults, we do owe them, maybe not all the time. Like, I'm not going to explain to you every little thing, but if we want them to be successful in life, we have to teach principles of how the world operates. That's what being a parent is, to train a child for what it's like to be in the real world. So I use that with my children. It's very helpful to them to be able to express. I hear them express to one another, how they feel about different things. And for the people who feel like, oh, that's kind of hokey, we don't do stuff like that. My boys still, they still fight and wrestle with each other. They still are boys. They're not like, it's not watered down in any way, and it helps them. And I think that helps people to be able to communicate. You got to figure out what's wrong with you. If not, you'll project. You'll always tell other people. You'll expect for other people to solve for your emotions and solve for your feelings instead of you being able to self-regulate. And that's all I got.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. And good thing is Tuesday we'll be going in on parenting, and expect to hear, I guess a lot more detail on that very topic. Yeah, thanks, Love C, for coming up. Thank you for all that you do.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
Absolutely.
Your comments.
Yeah. We're gonna do, I guess, a quick final thoughts, and then actually Sir Hell Speaks is going live at 9:30. Feel free to go over and support. Somebody already put the link in the chat. But we work together. We got a lot of people who have channels. We support our brothers and our sisters. I see the moderators putting chats. Feel free to support. I guess
first. Can I go first? Because I gotta get them ready for bed. They got school. Thank you for having me up. I am so glad that you started your channel. Congratulations on your first stream. I'm looking forward to lots and lots of more shows and hilariousness to come.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everybody. Jedi, J Speed, everybody in the chat. Good night.
It'll be able to the first week of school.
They start school Friday.
Friday? Okay. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So we're going into our first full week. They always start like 1 or 2 days of the week, and then now we're on a first full week.
Okay. Hope everything goes well.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Guys, have a good night.
You too.
All right, good night.
Bye.
OGJ Speed. OGJ Speed. OGJ Speed.
Man, you gotta clog that stuff out of your ears, man. I don't know, like if you can't hear or your age or what. I mean, you still haven't got my order of large fry. I'll take a large frozen Coke and with a McDouble with cheese.
All right, I told you 3 butter biscuit limit. You're gonna blow a gasket.
Talking about how the damn chicken moisturize my lips, man.
J Speed's gonna be J Speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Jedi.
So there's a saying called, fear leads to path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. As you see, especially in these panels and stuff, you think they're the topic of anger management. This is where people are lacking because the high emotions and high heated conversations derive from anger of probably from spaces where they're not being heard, or maybe they've been told no. They've never been told no in their life and everything, and therefore they react and feel like, hey, this situation didn't go the way I wanted to, so therefore I have to change. And yeah, so I think anger management, anybody can take from it. We should study it, try to perfect it. It was always a growing battle as we get older. But yeah, also making sure what the points that Love Steve made with the talking about with children. I think there's also another conversation that we can get into, though, but in a future episode.
Yeah. J Speed. Yeah, I'm gonna drop you down. Thanks for coming up, Jedi. Anytime. The music is twice as loud as you. Yeah, it's your voice is kind of weak.
That much better? You hear me much better?
No.
Somebody don't love me. Somebody don't love God like that. You hear me much better now, right?
Louder, but not better. But go ahead.
Oh, okay.
We'll hire a translator. We got you.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You gotta have a good old Southern translator. I think we pretty much covered everything, and it's good to see you up and running. As you go, you can get a lot better than this, and yes, we got someone who's a sign language interpreter, and we must have that to the FCC rule. And so that's good. And look, man, I just look for your show because as it seems now, it's going to be a lot different. You can have fun and have discussions without somebody throwing a brick at the screen. So I hope you much success. I always share your videos. And that's what we can do, people. We can not only just give it a thumbs up, you can actually share this video on your other platforms.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to bring something different. I ain't perfect. I got my own problems, trust me. But I mean, just trying to bring something different and just some form. If I can reach one person or do something more positive, something different, inspire somebody else, cool. As well as if I can entertain somebody. If I can crack 1, 2, 3 jokes and somebody's blood pressure drops, hey, I've done something and influenced somebody for the day. But some conversations really do need to be had. That's how I feel. And there are good conversations had. Some of it is the same thing, some of it's just stuff. But this is what I feel like needs to be said. So that's what I'm doing. But we're gonna close out. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I got some fire shows already lined up. We're gonna talk about the Bible thumping Jesus people. We're gonna talk about the people who keep bashing the church. Like, can we be able to agree on a religion and be decent? That's the topic. Some stuff will be improv and have some more comedy to it. Some stuff will be serious and it'll be direct. It might be short to the point. We're going to cover a lot of grounds. We have a lot of guests, and eventually we're going to get into actual relationship skills. We know what relationships are, but what people are, what the men's, the women's are doing. And I'm going to get some pros. Hey, I'm single. I don't know everything. But the pros, what does a person do to get what it is that they're actually wanting out of them and their spouse? How? What do you do? How do you communicate? How do you become a better? What are the things you do day to day? We'll talk about some of that stuff. Possibly even some debates. Some people don't like what's being said, and it's war. Okay, let's bring it. But I set the rules, and I'm going to cheat. And at the end of the day, we're going to show how to resolve the conflict at the end. Sometimes you resolve it, sometimes you don't. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Sir Hell is going live. Feel free to go on over there. Sir Hell Speaks. Good content creator. Everybody have a good night. Thank you all.